Hey, y'all, it's Letitia with Light Nova Letitia, and we're here for our recap and review of The Family Business Season 6, Episode 3, and this episode is titled Revenge is Best Served Cold. So we are at the Republican primary election night for the Tennessee senator spot, right? That's the election for Senator Petway that we know that is part of the Dixie Mafia. Now, this is his campaign quarters, and he is jolly and walking around thanking folks because he thinks he's already won, because he's absolutely the king of the South. Now, even his campaign manager was told him to kind of hold off, or let's just wait to celebrate, but he was like, nonsense, I'm already up in the polls. Then Antonio, Dominique, and Junior walk in, and yes, of course, they were the only ones in there. Anyway, and just as he calls for a champagne toast, the results are in. Child, in a surprising upset, they project his opponent, Calvin Dobson, to win the primary. This makes everyone so surprised. And of course, the senator is absolutely livid. Now, they make a point on the news to say that this is a grassroots campaign. And when they pan to this candidate Dobson, who looks like he's a Biden lookalike, he reiterated the power of the people is more important than any big corporation. And together we can make a difference.
Message.
Now, as he makes his way through the crowd, we see that he hugs none other than Elsie Duncan. Now, at the headquarters, they're watching this on the television, and Billy Bob, who is the nephew of the senator, spots Elsie and was like, ain't that your daddy? Talking to Junior. And Junior confirms, and the senator, again, he is livid, and he tells Billy Bob to go and find out what Elsie has to do with this and to do whatever it takes. Now, I did notice that Junior was looking like he was on alert. And Antonio and Dominique with their old messy selves, they was just looking like, child. And Dominique just kept on sipping her champagne. Moving on. Now, back at the mansion, Paris has her little Lay's chips and she sits down to watch TV when she comes across a story on Terry Titan Stone, who is the boxer who is going to be fighting Bobby the Beast Boyd in his farewell retirement boxing match. So they were talking about Bobby's legacy in this newscast, and Titan was talking about the fact that he wanted to take him down. So Paris loves his confidence, and so she is gathering a plan at this point to get with Titan and take down Bobby all at the same time. Now, Curtis and Nefertiti have found themselves in the bed once again, and they get to talking about Brother Minister's death and how she is still going through the grieving process, of course. But it also, in this time, she admits or reveals that her own husband, she lost about 6 months ago. So our boy Armin is gone, y'all. Now, we don't know how he was gone, but whatever. But she made it a point to also say that portion of her grieving process was over. And now her and Curtis can be together. He was like, pump the brakes because, I'm not sure I want to be in a relationship right now. I'm not looking for one, and I'm not sure that time ever will come. And by the way, I need to leave anyway. I'm going to New Orleans to take care of some family business. So we know that when he's in New Orleans, he'll be hopping in somebody else's bed. And if you have not watched the very first season of The Family Business, New Orleans, make sure you get on that BET Plus and watch it, because oh my gosh, that's a whole nother story. So that story is based around Aunt Shirley, who was the wife of their fourth brother, Levi Duncan. And so remember when Marquise came to, remember when they went to Marquise to go hide Ruby and the baby? This is now their story. Curtis and his family is going to be going over to New Orleans to help handle the family business there. Now, after all of that, he asked her for a favor. And she was like, what? He said, listen, We really need you to talk to Brother Elijah and talk to him about this retaliation on the family. Please get him to not retaliate. And she was like, I don't know if we can do that. He said, listen, because if Junior took out my father, then there's no way that he's going to be able to get away with that. But Curtis reiterated the fact that Junior did not do this. And actually, it was either Dominique LaRue or Donna Duncan. But he doesn't believe his Aunt Donna has it in her to take him out. But if only you knew. Okay, because Donna did it, baby. Donna did it. Anyway, so he was saying how if you don't stop this, the wrong person, might lose their life. And so she said she would think about it, but right now she had other things on her mind. And that meant going back to bed. Moving on. Now, the Alliance is at a meeting and Antonio gives everybody at the table $10 million. It was their portion of that heist, them stealing that truck. And Donna makes a toast to taking down L.C. Duncan. Now, the senator is sitting there with a long face, and when they asked him what was going on, why he was upset, he responded with the fact that he said everybody else got what they wanted except me. And they were like, you got $10 million sitting right there? He was like, I'm not like y'all. Now peep that tone, y'all. I'm not like y'all. I don't crave the money. I crave the power. Again, message. LC took my power and I want it back. This is art imitating life, y'all. Okay. Anyway, he was like, I want to hurt LC and I want Vegas back in jail. Get him back down here and we'll trump up the charges. Again, art imitating life. Now, Cora pipes in and was like, playing with LC's son is like playing with fire. And I know because I got burned myself messing with him. He's the only one at the table making any sense and that has any kind of like respect for the power that L.C. Duncan has, child, because he knows what happened to him. Anyway, so Dominique pipes in and is like, well, maybe it's a woman who needs to take care of it. Why did the senator give his $10 million to Dominique? So she's going to take care of this, child, whatever. Then Junior walks in because he was late. Remember, he was taking Sonia to the doctor. He comes to the meeting. He's like, what did I miss? And why did Donna say we just getting started? So they literally didn't even tell him what has just transpired, including his mama. Anyway, then we see a short scene where we see Curtis, give the last dap to Nevada and actually boards the plane to go to New Orleans. And so we know why, again, this leads right into the show for New Orleans. Curtis, Lauren, their mom, Nene, DJ, they all went to New Orleans to help take care of the issue that Aunt Shirley is having down there. So in the hospital, Chippy is reading a book to little O when Sonia walks in and confirms to Chippy that she's having a healthy baby girl. And she was like, oh, I can't wait till this is all over and we can get back to normal. This is Sonia speaking, and Aunt Chippy was like, there is no getting back to normal. There's been too much damage done. I don't think things are going to go back to the way they used to be. And so Sonia was like, well, he doesn't listen to me. Can you please talk to him? And she was like, no, what am I going to do? He's not going to listen to me either. Too much damage has been done. And so she was like, please, please do it for me. Do it for the baby. Puts her hand on her stomach and everything. And she said that too much damage has been done a few times. But we know Aunt Chippy, she's going to go and talk to Junior. If nothing else but a last-ditch effort. So then Uncle LC is talking to Vegas, asking if we've heard from Curtis and Nene. Have they landed in New Orleans, which they have. And so he was making mention that they may have to get Curtis and Lauren back here if this situation up here with Junior gets any worse. And LC, he vowed to handle the alliance. Next thing you know, KD arrives and announces that the alliance has a new member, Senator Petway. Now, at first I was thinking, didn't he know that already? No, we saw that they had a new member But they're just now finding out who this new member is. So Uncle LC was not surprised though, because he said if I backed his opponent and won, I totally expected for him to come against me. And at this point, he said he's not worried about the Dixie Mafia because without that seat of influence, that senator seat, they don't have the power that they used to. Now, Katie wondered how he pulled that off. He said, remember, so I'm going to tell y'all, remember when Christopher Johnson, he talked with Christopher Johnson from the Black Hamptons, and the one that's played by Blue Kimball, Uncle LC was saying how he said, yeah, I heard that your candidate needs some help. So what he did was he paid 15,000 black people to register as Republican in the primary. And just when the senator thought he was going to win on election day, more people than not stayed at home. Now, y'all, why is that both genius, strategic, and sad? Like, we should be conflicted about this tactic because it speaks to the voting habits of black folks. I mean, come on, y'all. What did Auntie Jennifer say? Get your ass out and vote. Get your ass out and vote. Period. Anyway, Uncle LC said he is more worried about Junior than he is about Petway. Now, Bobby the Beast Boyd is training on the beach when he is being spied on by both Rio and Paris. Now, Paris says she has a plan to get inside Bobby's house. And so when they go there, they split up and start looking around. I don't even know what they're looking for. I don't know what Rio was looking for, but I know Paris came there with a plan. She had a teddy bear there already that she brought in, and she switched it out for a different teddy bear. The one she put in, though, is actually a nanny cam. And then she also planted some bright red bikini bottoms, some panties in the bed. And then Rio comes back in and then they leave. Now at the speakeasy, Junior and Donna are enjoying a drink when Chippy and London walk up. And Chippy, of course, and Donna, of course, have a confrontation. And, you know, we saw in the preview and Chippy was like, I've been waiting on the opportunity to whoop your ass again. And Donna was like, oh, well, you think I'm the same Donna? I'm not the same Donna. She get to pulling out. She's about to pull out her blicky on Chippy. Like, she big and bad. So, you know, Junior had to diffuse the situation and everything. So he walks off with Aunt Chippy while London confronts Donna and tells her, you know, what is this all about anyway? Why are you acting like you care so much about Junior now when you didn't give a care at all when Uncle Lou was alive? And London was like, I've always loved Junior, but your mother wouldn't give him back. And London was like, well, he sure wasn't no prisoner. So she said, you used to be my favorite aunt. And she walked off. Now, when Aunt Chippy and Junior chat, he assumes that she wants him to come back home. She was like, I am not at all here to welcome you back into my home. I came, especially after that violation of you and your comrades taking that truck. I did not raise you to be a thief and a liar because, you know, of course, he denied it. And she said, regardless of everything, I still love you. And I came here to warn you about the black Muslims and how they are coming after you. Now, he denies making the call for Brother Minister. And we know that part actually is the truth. He did not make that call. But she was like, are you or are you not the leader of the organization who did? And so she said, I don't know whether or not you had anything to do with Brother Minister, but I know damn for sure you had something to do with that truck coming up missing. And at this point, I'm just going to let your daddy handle it. And then she left out. And he sat there looking kind of crazy. I think at this moment is when he realized that he messed up. Child. Now, as he walks back to Donna, we see one of the black Muslims was actually in the corner and looking at him, watching him. He's in the background. I said, he's already under surveillance pretty much. And when he went to Donna, Donna asked, what does she want to talk about? And he said, repercussions. Child, now back at Bobby's house, Karen is back, and the two of them are excited to see each other and ready to get it on when she notices those red panties that Paris left, child. So, of course, Karen goes off because he's denying it. She slaps the crap out of him, and meanwhile, Paris and Rio are watching the camera, cracking up laughing. We see Roman pass them by as he's leaving out the house. Now, Donna and Junior are back at their home, and Donna got her red on and is getting ready to go on the date with her new friend. Now, new friend? So does that mean it's not Detroit Red? Lord, here we go. So Junior wants to know with whom. Of course, she refuses to tell him. But he was like, I have the impression that I know him. She was like, you do, and that's why I'm not telling you. So it is somebody that we know. Then Sonia walks in and Donna walks out to go leave for her date, and Junior tells her that he's upset about the fact that Chippy confronted him at the speakeasy, unannounced and threatening. And so she was like, well, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, Chippy is looking out for you. And he was like, I'm not backing down from the Brotherhood. I had nothing to do with Brother Minister. So Sonia reminds him that the Alliance did, though. They had something to do with it. And you're the head of this organization, and you need to think about the fact that you have a baby on the way. We have a family. Have you thought about talking to Brother Elijah? So he acted like he basically didn't want to talk to Brother Elijah, but I'm not sure if he's going to or not. That would probably be his best bet. So Roman is at the mansion waiting on another damn Uber. I swear every episode he is waiting on an Uber. But Daddy comes to the rescue telling him that he canceled that Uber. So he gets upset. He's kind of like, well, what's going on? He said, it's too much for me right now. I know you want me to stay here, but I need to go. And so he said, listen, this is not a hostage situation. Just like your other brothers and sisters, you can come and go as you please. He was like, well, then why did you cancel my Uber? He said, just follow me. So we go outside. They go outside. Nevada was with them. And he was like, well, why did you cancel my Uber? And Nevada was like, because Duncan's don't take Ubers. And they take him outside to his brand new black car, sports car with the butterfly doors. He gave him a black card. And of course, his car has his name on the back, like everybody else has Roman on the back. So he's all giddy and excited and everything. And for 2 seconds, we see Orlando in the window grimacing about Roman getting that car. I mean, just now how you just show up for 2 seconds and your whole time on screen is just being a hater. Like, really? Moving on. So he is reminded to be home by dinner, Roman is. And also I noticed in that scene that we have a new security dude. So we have to figure out what his name is. I'm assuming he's there because DJ went to New Orleans. But I'm like, oh, we got a new security guy. Okay. Now, Donna and Antonio, y'all, are laughing and riding in the car talking about an 8 o'clock reservation and giving Junior the slip. I'm like, I know damn well that Donna and Antonio ain't messing around. So then, next thing you know, she's like, she spots Vegas, who pulled up at the light, and she hurries up and tells him to kiss her. And he was like, what? It ain't that type of party, whatever. So I was like, okay, he's not the sneaky link. Whew. So she get to kissing him and everything, whatever. And then when they stopped and she pulled away, he was like, are you crazy? Dominique will unalive us both. Blah, blah, blah. What are you doing? And Donna was like, I just saved our lives because he was right there at the light. And they both kind of acted disgusted about it. So I'm like, good. I'm glad it's not the two of them. That's not her friend or who she messing with. That's not who got the Donna draws. Thank you, Lord. Okay. So he asked her, like, how did you even know that Vegas would be there? And she claimed that she had her sources, which makes me wonder because Vegas is on a date with Kendra. Is Kendra an op in cahoots with Donna? That's my question. First question. We'll see as the things unfold. Now, like I said, Vegas and Kendra are headed to dinner. They're in the car that Donna saw. They're headed to dinner at Big Mama Soul Food on their first date. And at Big Mama's, we got Dominique, Billy Bob, Blade, and some other dude. They come out looking like the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker out there waiting for a battle. And Dominique gets the call that from Antonio, that Vegas is about 2 blocks away. So then all of a sudden we see that there is this person, like someone dressed in all black. Their face is not shown, so we can't tell if they're a woman or man. And then looking like an assassin is getting ready to like take out a mark. Then it goes to a whole nother scene. Now we're back at the restaurant where Vegas and Kendra get out of the car and they go up to the restaurant where they are met by Billy Bob and them. They get to shooting and fighting, and Vegas gets to use his Michael Jai White Mortal Kombat martial arts skills. He was taking them out one by one. Next thing you know, Dominique got a hold of Kendra, telling him to put his weapon down. Now he does, and then the next thing you know, the sniper takes out Dominique. Poof. I mean, she goes down. Vegas grabs Kendra and they run off just as Antonio and Donna run up and they see that Dominique has gotten hit. Antonio was crying out and for help, and as his love dies in his arms, child, she is the first of the alliance to fall. But on another note, don't worry if she's gone over here, because she's wreaking plenty of havoc over in Fairmount Crest. So if you are a fan of Beyond the Gates, make sure you check out my shorts on Beyond the Gates. I try to do a recap in 3 minutes or less over there, and she is a straight up villain over there. And now she's rich, and she is, giving those people the blues at the country club. So make sure you check that out. And also don't forget to check us out tonight for our live panel of this episode for the family business. Word is Cousin Curtis is going to be joining us again. So make sure you check us out. And if you made it this far, I appreciate you. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, holla.